Welcome in to Evils of Enferacuse, episode 19. The grass is always greener? And just to recap, our group below have a bit of a interesting experience at the Colosseum. Dorek, for instance, who is competing in the tournament with the other heroes, had taken on a small mouse wizard, which seemed to go rather well once they started smashing rocks over them. Not only that, they have been healed, and we're going on to the next match with the rest of the party watching, learning some things about the crowd who's out there along the way in this large coliseum, while also cheering Doric on. Doric came upon his next opponent, and they had smashed something on the ground, which sent out some just weirdness across the Coliseum. And suddenly, everybody watched as grass began to grow everywhere across big, big bushes of grass. Unfortunately, Ferrari, Zari, and Grimm also watched in front of them where there was a guard who, where the grass grew, was suddenly impaled by it. And that is where we have left off. We'll start in the middle of the ring. Jork, you notice around you there's a lot of grass now. It's almost as tall as you are.
Oh wow.
There, and it's
Um,
basically clumps of silvery grass. And so we're talking like, man-sized.
so not like grass. Wait, so is the blade actually like man size, like a man sized blade, or just the grass is so tall, like it's savanna level?
It's savanna-sized grass. Tall-wise, the actual blades of grass themselves are probably about thumb size.
Understood. Okay.
You
Do I still see my opponents?
Yes, he is on the ground, like feeling around where he looks like he dropped or did something.
Okay. I'm not even gonna ask any questions to what he did. Do I see like if is anybody being harmed by this? I'm looking around. I'm perception.
Give me a perception, and again, you could do see a level of crowd. You even without the perception, you can tell there's grass growing in the stands.
All right. I have a humble 10, humble tens.
With a 10, you start to hear screams from the crowd that is not like a cheering scream.
All right. If Dorak knows one thing, always beat the spellcaster that casts a spell. So I'm gonna swing at his head.
I'm going to just pause it because I want to just go to the others before we get to that because that's a great idea. All right, so we're going to go back up to the crowd. Grim, Zari, and Ferrari, you are up there all together, and you do note that there's grass around you that has now grown. The closest is a clump that is in the stairway of this Coliseum row that's near you all, basically blocking anybody from going in that general direction. You also note 4 rows down in front of you where there was a guard stationed and grass grew up there. That guard is now still there, impaled on grass. It is a odd sight to see, as you can see that the blades of grass, that you're familiar with what grass looks like, but it's sticking through the guard out the other side. They are not moving.
So, where are we in relation to Doric again? In
Dorek
the
is
arena?
in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
He's in on the ground level because he was about to start his fight.
Right.
You are all in the second row sections. So if we're looking like a Coliseum as a stack, there's 3 stacks. You guys are in the middle stack, and kind of gives you an idea of how it moves its way down.
Are we like to Doric's left, right, behind him, in front of him?
You were because we said that quadrant. You're in his back right.
So over here. Okay. I'm drawing a map. So we're here. Um. Okay. Where's the screaming coming from?
You can also hear a bit of screaming, just the murmur of the crowd around you, because a lot of people who are around you can also see the scene of the guard. You haven't really taken a look to see it, taken much else other than grass popping up and see if there's anything else yet.
Okay. I guess I'd like to do a perception check to, um, kind of take surveillance of the. I kind of want to get a better idea as to what's going on in the rest of the arena, because with this grass, which is clearly not just contained to the center, and also clearly is not natural. I'd like to kind of see what else is and notice more details about what's going on and how like some of the other key figures who were mentioned earlier are reacting. Like in the stands, like the across the way was like the guard or something. Um, and I also kind of want to check in with my companions.
Feel
See
free
how
to
what
do
they're
so, and
doing.
if you want to make a plan as a group, because you all noted different people that you know, you can feel free to make a plan, and we can all go with that in mind.
If you're checking in with the group, like at the DM's discretion, I'm gonna say when you look at Ferrari, insight check if you want,
I would love
because
to.
of how things went with last session. I'm pretty sure DM said that I was getting a response from my benefactor.
You did see like a oh, it's that from your from the voice inside your head.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll do a perception first, and then I'd definitely like to do an insight on Ferrari.
It's okay. You can do those rolls. Go ahead. Grim, did you have any actions you would like at the moment if you're there?
I guess I'm really just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah, I'm kind of, as Grim is dumbfounded, like what the fuck kind of scenario. So I'd assume myself to be surprised in a sense. So I guess it's just reacting with the group. If they pounce, I pounce too scenario. So I'm not holding anything at the moment, but I do want to since I'm here, I would like to use one of my hold on, what is it? Eyes of the Grave. As an action to locate any possible undead creatures within the area or anything registering as undead. I guess I'll just use one of my pack features from my class features.
How big's your range on that?
60 feet. And that isn't head behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic. I'd be able to know its location. So I would assume at this point we're sitting in our seats, or have we been kind of like right at like the rail edge type thing?
You were sitting in the front of this second layer. It had better view because if you're further down, you could tell you really couldn't get the full view because the rocks and other random things. So you guys kind of chose this better viewpoint. But yeah, so you went for sensing undead. Now, generally speaking, you can see the grass. Nothing seems like weird vibe off of that. But because you went with this, you can tell on the row behind you somewhere is something undead.
A person sitting in the row behind?
Well, there's a person back there or something. That
I would
does
like to
tickle
do
your
a
sense.
full perception check on this.
Go for it.
God damn.
That's concerning.
I'm gonna
Highly.
guidance myself.
Go for it.
That's a 16 so far with
Very
guidance.
nice roll.
18.
All right. You peer backward, and when you're looking back, you haven't really scanned the crowd other than the young master when you were kind of chatting with them. Behind you, you now note that amongst the group behind you, there is a guard just there reacting, defending a group, like a small group of people, poking the grass with a pike. The guard registered as undead.
I see that they are protecting, right? They are
Yep.
protecting people.
Yep.
I'm gonna make a mental note of this, and see with that 18. Is there anything distinguishable to be like I can figure out this guard from another guard
They have
besides
an
just facial?
They have an eye patch on. You will note them.
I mark everything down. I'm gonna put that in my notes and see if I can double back or ask about this card later. But that's
Fair
good
enough.
to know.
Didn't know we'd
That
get to
is
that. Good. That's a great one.
that is such a wild pull from your abilities, my man. That is
Yeah, right?
amazing. Just hey, random undead guard with
Well,
an eye
the
patch.
thing, the reason and logic as Tim goes into it, a lot of undead could go into nature as well. So I
Mhm.
thought maybe if this is a burst and it's attacking people, could it be undead? I also have another thing where I could do Fays and Fiends to see, but it's at this point I had to pick one or the other, and I went with the undead just because my class, just being as a vampire or Dampier,
Mhm.
it's like, let's see if there's anybody else.
All right. Very good stuff. So let's go back to the insight and the perception. Insight, it was a 10. Ferrari, what are you rolling against that?
Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I rolled a natural 20.
Awesome.
Um,
It looks
which is
really.
which is a 24 total, by the way.
Ferrari looks just as surprised as you are.
Okay.
Oh
Cool.
no.
Did I notice anything with my perception check? We have
With
7.
with a 7.
Yes.
You do note that the grass is not generally like moving. Like it's not like you're looking around. You're not seeing too much in terms of the people because now there's some grass and some other things, some commotion going. So you really haven't caught wind of the people like you're familiar with. Now, let's talk two things because we're gonna since Doric is going into a level of combat here, we're gonna go into kind of the rules of what's gonna happen around you. Doric, you're gonna have a we're gonna go with a level of initiative here. Now,
Alrighty.
in that, we're gonna go in the way turn order is going to work. You'll be able to continue to do this fight as you're wishing here. Those of you who are up in the stands get the ability to move one section row and or take an action, in each of these turns. You're not actively fighting unless you find yourself actively fighting, and then initiative will run the way initiative will run. Okay? So, but Doric, since your opponent's on the ground and he is not initiating, you feel free to go right now.
Oh yeah, I'm taking a swing right over his head.
All right.
Cause
Well, go ahead. Go give me an attack roll.
giving an attack roll.
Let me pull him up.
First, clearly, barbarian. I'm gonna rage out. And let's see, I have an attack with advantage using reckless swing. Roll. Nat 20.
Jeez. There's going to be regret written all over this guy's face.
So that is Great Weapon Master 10. Twice. Okay, that's a 2, 4, 6. 9 to 11, 13. So that's 19 plus 10, 29 damage on the swing.
29 damage on the swing. Well, you definitely hit. That was an easy thing. So you got 29 damage with the extra roll. You take a swing, and you can tell he is just kind of like all over the ground at this point and does not even see you coming in this way, shape, or form. By the time that you strike him, he barely looks up and gets smacked right in the head by you.
Is he out?
No, he is not.
Great Weapon Master's critical second attack.
Go for it.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep. So that is a 13 plus 2, 4, 17 to hit.
That is going to hit, but we'll get into roll for damage.
Got it. 10 damage.
Okay. You do go for the second swing. He is now alert to you and your intention. So upon your second swing, you are able to strike him in the shoulder, but you can tell he was moving with it to anticipate the blow. So he does not get as damaged as you think, and he only takes about half.
For the second swing?
Yep.
Okay.
So that is how he moves. There is we're gonna go on to his turn now that he basically realizes that you are actively either going forward with the match or I think even not at this point. So at this point,
I mean, why would I not?
all right, the first thing, he will be attacking you with a short sword that he produces from his side. And as long as my come on, roll. Hold on, make sure I get his plus on here.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, about that. 13 definitely doesn't hit you, I don't think, right?
Nope.
Yep. And first swing, he swings a bit. He does not make connection with you. 21 hit.
I mean, we could haggle over it.
Yep. So second hit, second swing does he appears to backswing into you to strike you, and with that, let's see. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
A what?
Constitution saving throw.
I mean, I definitely heard you.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
You're a barbarian. Constitution should be second nature.
Yep. Well, but will the dice gods allow it to be? Let's find out. Hey! Another nat 20. I take it.
Very good.
Thank you, dice gods.
Okay.
And that was it for the rest of the day.
So he is able to slice you in the arm based on his attack, but you feel like, well, that seemed a little overly dramatic, and you only take 6 damage off of it at this point.
Okay. Kind of. Can I see if like he was expecting something?
He's kind of looking you over a bit, but otherwise he just the other thing he does is just kind of jump and back away a bit, not out of range, but just trying to prepare himself.
I was ready.
Okay, so we'll go back up to the assembled party up in the stands. Now, this is the other half of you all to be aware of, which kind of I talked a little bit about the last time we played, but you're in the arena, you see that there's a lot of people you're familiar with that you've met. In this arena, because this is a large-scale event, the heart of the city is really here. So the things that you could see are a lot of the things you already have experienced based on the people you've met in the city. There's a lot of other things that basically, there's a lot of people here that you haven't met that do exist, so there's a lot of things that could happen. So feel free to go in whatever direction you feel like you need to.
Yeah, now that like this seeing that Dork is like, going full bore into the fight, Rory is just like, okay, he doesn't realize something is happening up here. He's too focused. Looks at Zari and Grim, and then kind of like in the back of his mind, he reaches out to his patron and is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this, and should we do something to stop this grass or whatever this is?
Well, you really do not want to touch that. And
yeah, looks at the guard that's skewered and goes, right.
And I don't know. Let's see. You are going to get a bit of intuition here. So, Ferrari, because you brought this up, will you please roll a D100?
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
Luck to you.
Where is the other percent? There we go. Oh, wow. That's a 94. I don't know how good or bad that is on the scale.
I mean,
I like 94s.
94 sounds good.
Yeah,
That's
right? I've never been
ooh.
unhappy with a 94 in my life.
So, the thing to think about here today in Enferacuse, it's been a sunny day, a great day for tournament for Coliseum. It kind of made it really exciting to think about because it was a pleasant day. But part of that pleasant day with so many people and the sun out was the fact that there was wind moving its way through the city. Not just a breeze, just something more consistent and blustery. Not uncomfortable because of the sun, but moving. Ferrari, now in your head, you see that though the grass is not moving in terms of its location, a wind gust comes in. The one in front of you that has the guard also has a man trying to get the guard down. As the wind blows
buddy.
that grass, it slashes at that man, and you see a cut across his face, dramatic and painful. And now also, as you feel the wind, you all hear screaming all around.
Oh, the grass is cutting all the civilians.
Yeah, I go, we need to get everybody out. This is going to kill so many people. We need to do something now. And
During
no,
this, seeing that this is happening, I, because it is a ranged thing, am going to do a sacred flame towards it to see if it reacts to my fire.
Go ahead.
It's a dexterity saving throw, so I don't know if grass needs to roll.
It is not going to.
Okay, so it would take if it hits, it's going to take a 1d8, which
Okay.
would be 3 points of damage to it.
Is it on fire? Does it ignite?
Not
based
on fire. It Sacred Flame is radiant damage, but it illustrates as flame-like radiance. So that's the closest thing I can do. And in it, it does say flame-like, so that's what I went with. It is radiant, so I don't know how you want to label this.
So you've broken it. So here's what I'll say is that you see that flash of light from and you have essentially cut some of that grass. One of the things that you note, Grim, as you have done this, the blades of grass that come down, because you've cut grass for the church and things, you know how it should work. When it hits the ground, it sounds like metal when it hits the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
when I see you do that, I point click firebolt at another patch of grass, and firebolt does ignite. It does set things on fire.
Let me just make sure that you have grass around you that doesn't have people.
Oh, I would make sure to look for a spot that isn't.
I'm just making sure you actually do have that opening.
Yeah.
You do actually. There is. If you take a look up, it's basically in the upper section. You would also need to use it to get past it. It's the one in the stairway up above you. You have a clear shot at that.
Yeah. It's going to be 4 points of fire damage, and yeah, it ignites anything that is not being worn or carried. So.
All right. It will take 4 points. You note it's out on fire. And not spreading, just on fire. And we'll come back to that.
Did you just give it a buff?
No.
I swear to God, if you gave it a buff trying to hurt it,
with a cantrip, that would be so fucking. I'd be so mad.
Points of fire damage.
So that's 2 of you. Zara,
So-
you still have an action if you wish, and you all have, if you want to try any movement, you can.
Do want to try things. Okay, so we know it can be cut, we know it can burn. With We'll see how that goes. And right now, how much space do we have ourselves between us and the Fey grass, or like, is it like
right.
on our heels?
Around you,
Okay.
you sat in the stands with
Yes, it's
Eloise, Tobias, um, and you had some other people who were around you. They are basically cowering into their seats, not really moving. So you don't have like a lot of like amazing acrobatic room, but you could get around if you need to by jumping on jumping on the bench and moving down it.
Okay, where's the nearest exit?
So the way it's arranged is these benches go across, this way. You could make your way to the stairways, and either way, they could go up, they go down, and they kind of lead to walkways. The one that I said was up was blocked by grass. Down in front of you, where the guard was, is another one that has now it's been cut. And then you can see out a little bit more at the other side stairway. There is some other grass there.
Okay. So at this point, I think what I want to do is I just want to start lawn mowing some of the blades of grass. Starting with either, depending on who's closer, the people who are near us, and then I want to start making my way towards whichever exit is closest so I can start mowing down and making paths.
Okay. So if you were to make a path, either you would go down to that grass that doesn't have the guard. That would be one direction. You could go up, and the grass that's on fire is another one. There is an open exit on the other stairway on the other side of you, so you can go in that direction and see where the next grass might be.
To my left or my right, or
No, you would go to your left to the upper stairs that is open.
okay, so and that's open. Okay. And then my right is the lower one.
The lower left has grass, the upper left does not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the people nearby who are carrying are above us?
They're kind of around you, just staying in their seats.
Okay. And the is there a pathway from the upper exit to where we are, or is it also covered in grass? I'm assuming yes.
So let's do a history check real quick.
Nine.
Even with a 9, you know that there are exits from every level that lead out into Enferacuse.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna start cutting the grass around the people who are carrying to give them a little bit more space. I'm just gonna start there.
Go for it.
With
That's
my...
that is the closest grass to you, actually.
Okay, let's do that. Do I need to roll to hit?
Not to hit.
Okay, just damage. And would I need to also roll for sneak attack? Can I sneak attack it?
I don't think it has the effect you think it does. You cannot you cannot sneak attack the grass.
I'm next to enemies of the grass.
The grass has no level of intelligence to be snuck upon.
Okay, fine. 8 damage.
Oh my.
Oh wait, that's 1 hit. So 1 hit is 8, and then the second one is also 8.
All right, the grass that was behind you around the people who were cowering, you're able to basically cut that grass down at the floor level. It cuts down and just falls to the ground, making a cling, 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 cling as the grass hits the ground. Okay.
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 I'm gonna say aloud, So we can get rid of it, but that doesn't sound um like really soft. We're gonna need some place to prevent the wind from like taking it and turning it into a blade tornado.
I can do something slightly to help with possible damage hitting other civilians and stuff. DM, is there one set, like a patch of grass that's much larger than any of the others? That looks like they're in around an area of heavy population, or are they more spread out in small patches?
They're spread out and generally the same size
Damn, never mind.
at the moment.
I was going to see if there's more connected to the other. I do Rave and Feeble that make all their damage half, but if they're patches, I can't do anything really for that. Damn.
All right. Everybody's taking an action, so we're gonna go back down to the ground level to Doric. Good again, Doric. You heard that. Just so you know.
Is it from the person in front of me?
No, it is not.
Oh, god damn it. The hammer.
Oh.
I'm looking around to see where that noise came from.
Go ahead, give me perception if you wish.
16.
Sounds like it came from a patch of grass behind you.
Is that the mouse person? Mouse man, you there?
You get nothing on that one.
Anyway, back to you. I'm still gonna try and beat the caster.
Go for it.
Make the grass go away, I say. I just shout at him.
What's this? This. Ah!
You made the grass!
No, I didn't. I might have, but. This is not it.
What's not it?
That is
You- You
well,
you cast grass. I beat ass. Magic 101.
I did not mean to do whatever this is.
I raise my maul up high so you can stop it.
I have no idea.
Are you gonna try?
That's why I was feeling around for the container.
I'm not good at insight, but I kind of want to just see if my. Actually, I'm gonna try and intimidate him into telling the truth.
Go
Just
for it.
like, are you sure? Just shout down at him. Let's see. Advantage, no advantage on intimidation, no, maybe. Oh, okay, just regular intimidation. Blah. I'm not very compelling. I'm 4.
You try to puff yourself up thinking that this is going to do something to him. He's not even paying attention because he basically, because there was a break in whatever you were doing, he kind of went for a moment to look down at his feet again to look for something.
All right. I'll leave him alone and I will search up what that noise was behind me.
Okay. Great timing. So, at that moment, you've turned around because you did go turn around and find me. This is across the board. Everyone notes that a wind gust comes through again. As the wind gust comes through, Doric, you sense very quickly that the grass behind you is now larger. And all of you will now note that the grass around you has expanded by about 2 feet.
Oh, wow.
That means, Ferrari, the grass that is on fire now has caught someone's dress on fire because that grass is on fire and basically spread into some poor person's dress. They are putting it out the best they can. And
Ah.
I will allow anyone to go. A history or a perception check is fair game at this point before we go into other actions.
Not it.
You all have a different perspective. You all would get something different.
Yeah, if we're talking history of the city, I'm shit because I'm not a native to the area. So I'm going with perception unless this is history for something else. And that is 13 plus 4, 17. Or no, 13. Yeah, 13 plus 4. Yes, that's perception. Okay.
Would you get 17?
Yeah.
Bro, you want to do this from the ground or from the air?
I'm going up.
That's why that's one of the reasons I asked. So you're in the air. 17 in the air. 17 in the air. You notice something that would probably be not perceptible to most others. In the sections over, like we talked about before, there is what appears to be more of a ring of grass around a specific group. It is specifically the orphans that you know were there.
Oh, I am mad. I am all kinds of mad. And seeing that my firebolt just made things worse, I instead now start to Eldritch Blast that shit. Because that's not going to catch things on fire. That's going to just Wreck-It Ralph the shit.
And then I just started blasting.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just bam, 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 bam.
Because you have
Unfortunately-
flight, if you have flight, you can get closer. So you can get yourself within range in the one turn space that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, you can.
As I do that, I am yelling as much as I can. This is not part of the fight. Everybody leave.
You do see people trying to exit. So that part, because you're in the air, that's an easy perception for your passive. So feel free to Eldritch Blast. There are 6 clumps of grass encircling them. That's what you know.
Okay.
While he's doing that, if anyone wants to do one of theirs, I am happy to give you the answer.
And I got 8 points of damage on the grass.
All right, I'll try and do a history, and at the same time, I hear Ferrari in the sky, and I ask him, "What's the situation?"
Grass growing in stands, hurting people badly.
Any trouble areas?
Orphans.
I immediately perk up. Where?
You see me flying in the general direction, and I'm just like, like.
Okay, so first, my history check's 15.
Nice.
I don't know why all my brain cells are currently now working together, but they heard the word orphans. Everything is flowing.
Okay. So, Doric, on your history check, you did get that information about, orphans circle. You
Mhm.
also suddenly remember up in the upper stands is Grant. You remember Grant's up there.
Yeah,
Grand
I was thinking of that like literally a turn ago.
Oh, fuck. Watch her be like a super badass and taking care of business all on her own.
All right, so Ferrari's flying towards the orphans. I use history check, and I understand it now. I'm gonna put my faith in Grand because she's always been on the awesome scale on the spectrum. So my priority in my mind is orphans, then straight to Grand.
Okay. You're going to try and move in that direction towards the orphans? Is that the idea?
As soon as I just check this area for that sound before I leave.
You still have that grass behind you. That you have a clump that is larger. You kind of grew in front of you.
I will rip it out of the freaking ground.
Is that like a
Literally,
real action with your hands?
Yes. I have resistance to all cutting and piercing type stuff. So I will ignore the pain and rip the grass out of the ground.
Yeah, roll damage on that. Actually, no. Just hear me when I'm just ripping grass out of the ground. Roll me a d20.
D20 strength check.
No, something different.
Each blade of grass has a damage die. If you're picking 20 pieces of grass, it's 20d6.
I got 3.
Okay, cool. You take 6 damage. You do rip it right out of the ground. It feels heavier than it should, based on how you have touched grass before.
Usually, yeah.
Yep. So, and you take 6 points of damage because it is cutting you.
It's not magical in any way, right?
Oh no, it is. That is how you are taking damage.
No, the grass is magical.
You feel that it's not
is it
regular
physical?
grass.
Okay. So I take the
So
full 6.
it's not like
All right.
that's one of the reasons you're taking damage right now.
Gotcha.
So you're able to rip it out of the ground. No sounds. Do you hold on to it? Did you toss it?
Yeah, I just toss it to the ground.
Okay. You hear it clamor like metal, like you just tossed a bunch of swords on the ground.
And the sound that was coming from in the grass is not there.
You have nothing right now.
All right, that's all the amount of care I can provide for this. I'm going for the orphans.
All right, stay there. Grim, Zari, things you wanted?
Perception.
What'd you get on your perception?
Well, that would be a 15.
Okay. You've been asking or trying to think about like pathways and ways. You can tell now by that open, like kind of the vantage point, that open stairway up above you, that if you were able to go over there and probably down another 2 sets of stairs in the back, there would be an open pathway to leave the arena from at least right where you are.
Okay.
You know this also because you see an old man and an old woman who seem to be carrying a lot of stuff randomly, like in their like trunks and in like their like stuffed in their shirts, running down that way, down that corridor behind a little bit of grass.
Those people. Great. Okay. At least they have good danger sense. All right. Can I take any actions right now, or?
Yep, you can move, you can act, what you would like to do there.
All right. So I want to start herding herding the people near me towards that exit. And like I want to tell them, is there any grass in the way?
There is a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at the people to go to that exit. I'm gonna start chopping the grass, and then that's in the way. And then I would also, if I have extra time, I don't know, depending on how much damage it takes to take down the grass, to then start attacking the grass that is on fire, because that is clearly going to be a problem.
All right, well, if you start at the grass that's up there in that pathway you talked about, and roll for damage.
Rolling for damage.
La 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 la.
La 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 la. First swing is 7.
Okay.
Then second swing is 10.
You completely cut down one of the bushes of grass like in front of you. It is gone, clambers to the ground, just like you did before. And there is only one more on that pathway, and then behind you on the top of the other stairs is the one on fire.
Okay. Did the other people hear me?
Some people are now kind of seem like they're coming behind you. It looks like you're trying to lead your way out. So some people are naturally, it looks like they're following you.
Oh, good.
What was your perception again?
15.
You do note that behind you, still in the stands though, is Eloise holding her head and Tobias.
Oh, they haven't escaped?
No, they have not.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Grim, but let's see where you were going before we go with anything else.
Yeah. That's good to know, though.
So we're all basically kind of scattering in a
Well,
sense.
I gave everyone an open either history or perception.
Oh, I actually did not roll. Perception. That's my best. 13. I think I just see everybody running. Like I said at the beginning, I'm with the team, I guess. So I will follow Zari in a sense, since we're with each other. Um, the other thing that I'll go into, since I don't think I'll be able to really do anything until we get to, because we're heading to the kids, right?
Eventually.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
we
I'm
were.
probably gonna make a detour to Tobias and Eloise just to make sure they're out. But otherwise, yeah, we should be heading towards the orphans into Granny,
Because
around the ring.
for me, and movement around, I have spider climb at all times because my slippers. So I'm just walking at like full 90-degree angles with my body outright, if or going around stuff that I need to try to get myself the quickest way possible without trying to um, decrease my movement speed or put me in a disadvantage. The only other thing that I will do running up, knowing things are hurting everybody. How many people can I target with this? Just is has Ferrari fully left a 30-foot area for me and Zari?
Yes.
Okay, then it will just be me and Zari. We'll cast aid at second level. You will get 10 additional it's our hit point maximum goes up by 10, and we get the temp HP as well. So
Very nice.
So
just for right now.
So Grim,
you.
you basically walked up a column for this. Is that the idea we're saying? This idea?
Yeah, I see Zari take off. I've seen they probably got ahead of me, and I just go up the column in the way that they're heading off to.
Perfect. So Grim, you with your 13 and being in the air, you also get one additional thing. So you scan the crowd a bit. You're just kind of also aware of the situation. Grim, you also note that almost directly across the Coliseum from you, there is another interesting thing playing out. You know that you didn't realize that this, could be a possibility. Nobody had really checked in, but it seems like the young man that you saved previously was also watching from the Coliseum. He is directly across the Coliseum, the young man that you saved out of the grave.
Oh.
Yes. So you also, with a 13, you just also note that about 2 sections over, who seems to be making their way, is a small, hooded, chubby person that seems to be missing their twin, but is making their way towards him.
Chubby person missing his twin?
One of the twins that you met also
The
is
creepy twins.
just one of the creepy twins is outside of that section, trying to make their way, pushing to fight the grass, going towards him.
Oh. Okay.
So, and then, well, everybody's got some good actions and things here. Doric, you were moving towards the orphans, trying to make your way in the arena. As you were though, as it started, you realize one thing happens very oddly in front of you. Before you could reach the wall parapet to just kind of jump the wall, a line of grass starts to grow in front of you. No, that won't do. Fight! Fight!
All right, perception. Where is this coming from?
Go for it again.
Grumble 12.
It appears to sound like it's coming from the grass itself when you heard it that time.
You tell me where you are, and I might fight.
Yeah. Give me persuasion.
Five.
He's not answering.
Is Granny in the same way of the orphans as well?
1 section over. She is further up. They were on the same second level that their other group was.
I know Granny has magic and she deals with plants, so I kind of shouted Ferrari, Um, can you take care of the orphans? I want to see if Gran can help the situation with her magical knowledge of plants.
You get an indiscernibly frustrated like yell of approval.
Got it.
Ferrari is big mad that the orphans are in danger and that this fight got into this territory.
Ferrari, what was the damage from your Eldritch Blast?
8 points.
All right. You almost completely wipe out one of the pieces of, like, one of the bushes of grass. There's a little bit left, but not much.
Cool.
So,
If this is like leading into me getting another shot, I would finish it off.
now, what we're leading to is basically turned into some level of initiative order. No one's actively fighting right now, but the idea I think we're going to turn into is Doric, Ferrari, Zari, Grim. Just so we have some kind of way, since we're moving similarly yet somewhat separately, so we'll just keep that in mind here. So Doric, that happened in front of you. Would you like to take an action at all?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna jump over it into the stands and head to Gran.
Give me acrobatics.
Uh, isn't jumping strength athletics?
Yes, you can do that, but also the wind is blowing. I will say that
And-
has some definite questions.
16 for athletics check with advantage using my rage.
All right, you're gonna make it
Oh
over.
no,
That
advantage is only on strength checks, not okay. So that would be an 11 then.
Can you give me a deck save, please?
Dex save. Oh, I do have danger sense, which gives me advantage on dex saves. Nat 20, don't need it.
Yep. So you're going to, as you jump, you're going to feel that there is a wind gust that comes through that shifts the grass a bit, but you're able to just still make your way over top of it. So you're able to kind of compensate, and you found your way into the first parapet.
And Granny's in
No fun.
I swear to God, I'm gonna find that voice. And Granny's in which level of the pit? Second,
Third. Third parapet.
All right, I'm just gonna start leaping all over the place. Was that in my supposed turn or?
You did that, I think, and again, you could probably make it to the end of that parapet. There is some grass up there, so you're gonna have to worry about that when we come back around.
All right, so I'll head as far as I can then.
Yeah. Ferrari, then it's on to you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm using my next blast to clear that rest of that. And I already rolled because I figured you'd just be telling me to tell you the damage. I got 7.
Okay. You are able to blast another bit of it away. It kind of clears at least one section away for like where it was encircling kind of the orphans, so that's a good piece to be aware of. You can see there are a couple of adults. You do see that also making their way and like hacking a section of grass on the opposite side is the tall twin. And he has also cleared one of them on the other side.
I look over, I just give them a quick like look. I'm like, don't care about what we've dealt with before. Orphans are priority. Capiche?
Yeah, yes.
Does it seem he
you want to
acknowledges
do anything?
that?
Do you want to do anything with that, Ferrari?
Does he seem to acknowledge that we had that really awkward encounter in the Feywild not like a week ago? Or is this like he's just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Ferrari, he's smiling in an unnerving way.
He remembers you.
I'm like, they get out of here safely, or by all the powers behind me, I will make sure you and your sibling are ended.
Then get to work, hero.
Wow.
Already on it.
Come on, you have to have a snappy comeback.
Yep. So you're able, again, you cleared a section of grass. He also cleared a section of grass. You can basically see there's two on each side now, on the opposite sides of them, with kind of escaping on either end. So that's what you're looking at. Okay.
Cool.
That puts Zari. You're next.
I'm going to because Grim's right next to me.
In the air, but yes.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna ask Grim. I'm gonna yell up to Grim. Grim, do you see Eloise and Tobias?
Can I give a lookout?
Yes, you
Um,
get even with passive.
And also during this time, I don't know what's happening with Doric. And I'm not trying to be meta, but continuing with my looking of other things, I've covered the undead. So now I'm going for everything else. And while I look and make a perception check, I would like to also cast Detect Good and Evil, which will allow me to sense any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead as well.
Go ahead. Which one do you want to do this in order? Do you want to do the perception or that one first?
Well, I think perception first, considering for me to be able to see them, they're already going to light up. So I think the perception is where I want to put my stuff, and I'm going to guide myself for this. Please, I need a higher. Okay, yeah, 21 so far with a D4. A 4, so 25.
Do you want me to give you the description before and then after? Which way do you want this to go?
So I will look for Tobias and I forget the name. I'm sorry.
Eloise.
Eloise. I'll look for Tobias and Eloise, but during that it's kind of but my main focus is them.
Okay. That's fair. All right. So you cast this with a 25. All right. So Grim. We're doing a lot of things all at once here, okay? So, look at you now kind of have a sense. First, you see that Doric is on the other side. Like you can see where he is. You can get a really easy idea. If Ferrari's in the air, he seems to be engaged over there with a clump of grass. You kind of recognize that it looks like kids, so you probably have a sense of why he's over there. Then, you are going to see several other things. So, the first one, looking down at Eloise and at Tobias. Tobias seems to be trying to kind of rouse her where she's holding her head. So with what you have cast, you can see that the grass glows in the presence and nature of Fae that you just feel. It just comes right off of every blade of it. Subsequently, you see some tendril of light that seems to be converging, like imperceptible otherwise, on Eloise's head. Like, and so where she's holding, like her behind, she is kind of glowing, and it has some effect of some sort. So you can see that connection based on this bit of sense you've created. Beyond that, you can see, you've seen a lot of other things also, kind of, that we're going to pull this all together with. You see that on the opposite side of the arena, you see Gran. Gran seems to have taken and has now holding a pot that has one of the plants in it. And so is currently holding it and looking at it. You see that there is a grass patch beyond the one on fire that you guys would not normally see. You watch as a woman in a wheelchair is pushed up to it. As she holds out her hand, it basically blasts, shrivels, and dies to the ground.
Oh, I think I know what that is.
And then the person wheeling her just continues to wheel her out of the building. You now see that the smaller twin seems to be yelling at the young man across the way, which I have to remember. I look up his name again because I had lost track of it. The I will come back to his name in a bit, but he's Milo. Milo's getting yelled at by that other shorter twin. You can't really perceive what's being yelled, but you can tell there's something coarse as making their way through the grass. There is one last thing that you see, Grim. One of the things that's on the other side at the arena level is you can see there's a little box where the small assistant and the giant woman who is running this tournament are seated. They look like they're kind of horrified about what's going on and yelling at some guards. And so you can see there's like this chair that looks kind of what we would be like a lifeguard's chair, so they could see, like a judge's chair, so they could see upward.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in this chair is a small man that is glowing. Faye.
Wait, is that the fucking little dude that right before we left the Feywild we met? Because we met a little man from the Feywild that had a creepy fucking laugh. And right before we left, he fucked with us.
There is a man sitting there who's glowing of Faye.
He's not answering you intentionally.
At this point, responding back to Zari, I look at Zari and go, "They're there!" And I'll point to Eloise and Tobias, knowing that I've cast this spell before and what's coming up. And you said a bright light is coming off of Eloise. Would that be celestial in nature by light?
There is some level of connection with the things going on around. So it seems like there's some tendrils of connection. Some of them seem to be from the grass. But you also note, especially with the 25, there are some other colors or some other energies as well.
Okay. And okay, piecing all this together, I'll keep that in mind to talk about to the group later, because this isn't the time. I see this little fucking thing just sitting there. I don't know if it's ominous or not, but with the reaction of everybody running and freaking out, sitting in a seat in the middle of arena like this, not just chill as fuck, is odd, just flat out. So I will scream out, "Doric," and point over if he can hear me. I know we are a considerable distance. There's things happening, but I'm going to try my... Oh, wait, Taumaturgy. Doric! And I point.
That's better. That works.
Hmm.
So, Doric,
Nice.
you're getting yelled at by Grim.
I'm
and you just
looking.
see me pointing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Doric-
pointing to the chair.
Doric, you see a chair, the guard chair, or the judge chair that was set up for the match. It is sitting there. You see the giant woman yelling and screaming at some guards behind it.
Okay. I kind of just. Do I want to? How far away is this from me?
You
and
just
Grant?
see me imitating Big Hammer Swing.
So you vaulted basically on the opposite side. So it's on the other side of the oval of the arena.
Deal with that or check on Grand. Oh, I'm torn. All right, I acknowledge you with I nod in your direction. Don't know if you can see me because I definitely can't. I can probably barbarian shout it, but I'm gonna. Ooh, let's see. I can get Grand, then she can help out people around her, and then I can make a beeline over there. How long would it take me to get to Grand if I literally just sprint, action, and leap to this next set of stands?
So, if you are going to sprint as your action, you need to be able to clear at least 2 sects of grass in order to make your way to Grand. So the sprint is not the problem. It is being able to get through the grass. So you might be able to think that out a little bit. But most directions you're going to go, you're going to need to at least deal with one set of grass before you can clear the parapet.
Okay. I can sprint and leap in one turn. So can I leap to the second stand and then sprint the rest of the way?
You can leap to the second stand. You're gonna have to do like very similar to our last roll to get over the grass if you're jumping. And once you get into that second stand,
Going for it. All right. I'm gonna do as fast as I can to help out Grim and Grand. Let's do this. Leaproy, what is going on tonight?
oh my god! All right,
Yeah!
so Doric, because of the nature of fearing for Grand Moonbeam, basically tells this grass that it has no time for it, and he basically leaps over a set of grass, landing on the benches, and then nimbly kind of running up those benches towards the third parapet. Once he gets there, he is able to basically note siding around it to be at the bottom of the third parapet. Doric, you're at the bottom of the third now, so you can see Gran from there. Gran is in front of you. Gran is has next to her is holding what appears to be a large clay pot that has a clump of this grass just growing in it. And she basically is hitting it with her trowel. Stop! You need to stop that.
I run over to Grand. I'm like, come with me, and I want to pick her up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, dear. Can wait. I need this for the shop. I need this for the shop.
Need what for the shop?
The grass. This is Wind Razor. You know how hard it is to get Wind Razor?
All right, Grand. I will help you get your Wind Razor. Do you know how to get rid of Wind Razor?
Oh yes. It's very temperamental to the grower. I've been able to transplant, so I'm the grower for this one, so that's good. But if the other grower is around here, basically, they are entwined with one another. If they are, let's say,
pick up Grand, and I'm going to see if what I use. I'm gonna try and see if I can sleight a hand and pick some of the grass out for her.
No, she's looking for you to like leave the pot alone or carry the pot somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll pick them both up. And I say, Grand, I need to get to the exact opposite side of the stadium as fast as possible. Do you have anything that can help me?
Oh, well, give it one moment. Can you set us down there? And she's pointing to like a little entryway that is down near the bottom. If you set us down there, I think the path that goes under where they do all the preparation and everything that goes under the arena floor, it goes down there.
And you'll be safe if I let you go there?
Oh yes, this thing can't hurt me at all. She slaps the grass with a trowel, and it feels like, this is weird to you, it feels like the grass shudders when she hits it with a trowel.
Respect, Grand. Okay. Okay, so I will pick her up and bring her there as I kind of get a very happy face knowing that I just have to knock somebody the hell out to stop all this.
Very good. You're able to take Grand down there. You note that there's the entryway for her to leave if she wishes and whatever, but also there is a pathway down to the bottom that leads to maintenance. So we'll come back to you on that. All right. So
would I be able to attack? I think the only thing I got to do was call to Grim.
Yes, you can if you would like to attack. You have the one on fire around you that you were talking about, and there also is one more in the pathway out towards the entrance.
Which one on fire is really closer to me?
The one on fire is closer to where you were standing.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
You can tell though, basically as on fire, it is burning down. It is not very healthy. It is very much near the basically near the ground. So the fire has been doing damage as we've been going.
Still a risk though. I'll just chop it the rest of the way and
Cool.
be done with it.
Go ahead. If you roll damage higher than a 3, it's dead.
That's a 10 with
Yep.
1 sword.
You've been able to basically not only put out the fire, but basically hack it down in one shot. So it is now out and easily accessible. You do note behind it there is a woman who has fainted into the arms of a taller gentleman and is like fanning her face around it.
Can I yell at them to hurry
Yes,
and follow me? And,
sure.
Okay.
You
That's
you
all
do
I wanted to do before.
you do notice now that this is out that there is also an open entryway leading out in the back that does have a bar across it. So even though there was an entryway there, it is closed.
Are there people around there?
Not now.
Okay. All right. I'm good then for now.
Okay. Ferrari, you are again by the orphans, and there's again those clumps of grass on either side.
Yep. There's two full pieces of grass clumps that are taken care of. One by me, one by the big twin, right?
Yep.
Okay, and there was like what, like 4 more clumps to get
Four-
total or something?
Yep. 2 on either side.
Cool. Hmm, I wonder, would this work at hmm. Oh, you have to actually, yeah, no. I wouldn't want to waste the use of that for this. So I'll just Eldritch Blast another one. But while I'm doing so, since I'm still in the air, I'm going to like assess the situation and look around to see where my team is at, where my comrades
Okay.
are.
All right.
So
You can tell based on where you're coming from and things like that. And what Doric said. And you tell Doric just dropped Gran off at an entryway on the 3rd parapet,
okay.
holding the large pot of grass, and looks like they're making their way into some tunnel that's right there. You can tell that back where you came from, that Zari has been taking out some grass, and you also see Grim standing perpendicular on one of the columns, kind of doing some directing from up there.
Okay. I got 6 points of damage on my blast. Once I do that, I kind of like I cast a glance towards where Grim is pointing to see if I can track what he's directing.
Hold on. You see as the taller twin, also Winston has swung a great sword, a glaive, into and basically taken out half of another set of grass as well.
Nice.
As he does that, you note that it suddenly glows and cuts the rest of the half of it.
Hmm. Do I get any like spidey sense from my patron when I see that, or is that just an eerie magic glow?
Nothing you take away.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So that's going to be a sword that I try and eventually win for Doric. Or just tell Doric, oh, hey, he's got a cool sword. You want it?
That'll be a thought for later. All right. So you are able to blast apart a bunch of grass, not the full clump. You'll have to potentially go at it again. Grim, you are still in the air, and basically you have the most viewpoint of anything going across this arena right now. What you've learned and your passive. So you kind of have the ability to act on anything below you, but you also know what's taking place even at the far edge of the arena, as well as the guy.
So everybody is doing something. Everybody is going off. Doric is. He was already in the middle of doing something when I told him about this. And I've already given the message to Zari. I'm the only one that can really see this fucking thing. Fucking guiding bolt right at his face. Am I within 120 feet first, actually?
So, let me...
If
do
not,
that.
I will have 35 feet to move if that helps.
You can, and that will put you better in range at that point. I honestly think that you, because you are higher up, is the only way. One of the reasons you have there's like no blockade. So is that 30 feet you're moving still being somewhere in a level of the air?
Yeah, so I'm basically would be just walking the edge of where I was standing originally, just walking closer, but I'm looking at this thing without breaking eye contact. And the only thing that I could think of in my head is like that anime moment where that cool song music is playing, the chaos is happening around you, and I'm slow walking while looking at this thing, demon walking on the side of a wall, and you just see just a guiding bolt right to his face. Second level as well.
Now, let me make sure I get the right person. You're doing this to the guy in the chair and not the guy who's across the
The
arena,
guy in the
right?
chair that is that coming up as Faye.
Okay, very cool. You want to roll that, please? Or is that a roll or is that not a roll?
It's guiding bolt. I have to roll to attack.
Roll to attack, please.
Alrighty. Fuck, I'm going to do I have a chaos and a mayhem left. I'm gonna do the chaos first. Just
That's a huge drag.
yeah. I got a 9 to hit so far. So with the D6 for the chaos, that comes to a 14 with a plus
Nice.
5. And the D8, because I'm gonna use it because I want this to hit. That's a 7, so 14, 21.
Hold on, I'm pulling him up real. Yeah, 21.
Yep, 21.
Yeah.
Nice
And now
high
I am
rolls on your dice.
all out of dice for giving. So
That was really good.
I tried. I just needed
Got
it to hit. I needed it to try.
I
Even if
still
he is resistant and takes half damage, he'll at least know I see you. But maybe, who knows, if it does enough damage and this is a concentration thing, maybe it'll break.
I see you like Butcher looking at Homelander in the stands.
Oh, it's not the right
Jeez,
form.
that's
I
a
gotta make sure.
good reference.
I gotta make sure I have the right form of it. This thing, so I know I'm not. That's not the right one. D&D Wiki just deleted the one I wanted. So let me find my other creature notes here for him.
I just roll damage. It's 18 points total, just for your knowledge. If it hits. I just want it. I don't know what's happening, so I just roll damage in case.
Damage is not a bad thing at this point. I just want to make sure I have him. You had a 21, right? And not out of a natural 20?
Nope. I rolled a 9, 5, and a 7. Because I rolled my initial one, which was a 9 on the roll, and then I rolled a mayhem and a chaos to get to 21.
Okay. Where is... There he is. All right. You roll this guiding bolt. You do note that it seems like it was going right towards him. And at the moment that it was about to appear and hit him, he rolled out of the chair to avoid it. So
I missed him. Damn, 21 doesn't hit.
no.
Fuck.
He rolled, but You who again does your spell stay up, by the way?
For
The one for perception for Faye and all that kind of stuff, or is that something that comes down after that it came down?
One second. Now, detect evil and good. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. So your concentration's not broken. You do see that he basically pulsed. That was not something that he avoided because of his own dexterity. He basically got pulsed out and away from it quickly. Some level
Fucking
of
mirror
danger.
image.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Fucking hell.
So he is now standing on the chair, kind of looking around to determine where that came from.
Let's just look at him.
Ferrari, you note because you're around the grass, there was a weird shudder in the grass there for a moment.
I look at the twin and I'm like, did you see the grass just do that?
Just kill it.
I am, but there might be a bigger source to this.
Right now, I don't care.
All right. I'm sure that that'll be what they write on your tombstone.
He really smiles at you now, Ferrari.
I don't know whether I should hate that or just be like, yeah, he's just a prick.
All right. So, we have gotten some things around. We are going to take a break with that so everybody can have a moment to go and bio or whatever they need to do at the moment because we've been at this for a little while. So we will return about 10 minutes or so and we'll go from there. So folks, thank you for watching. Stay with us and we hope we see you when we come back. everybody back in. Welcome back to Evils of Enferacuse. We left off with everybody kind of in different directions. We are going to start with Zari before we go back into some of the order and everything. So Zari, you had kind of had the ability to tamp out the flaming grass. So now there's basically two pathways up towards the exit that you were trying to get people established to. You also were, you were pointed out that, from Grim, who had been above, that Tobias and Eloise are still there, kind of just holding the head and things. And there's still just one section of grass in your way before it opens up to that exit.
I'm gonna finish up the grass. That's the last thing for the rest of these people so they can go escape, and then I'm gonna go over to Tobias and Eloise. I'll do acrobatics if I really have to. It's fine.
Damage the grass.
That's not good. That's a 5 and a 9.
You were able to cut that last patch of grass out, so that you have cleared the way for people in your area to leave out that section and get out back into the city. So that's taking place. And then you said you went back to Tobias and Eloise, right?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, when you get there, you can see that she's just holding her head is pounding in some sort of a headache, and Tobias is, come on, I have to get you up out of here. We can't even tell what's going on around here. My head, I don't know if I could move.
Eloise, Tobias can see me, but Eloise, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think it's tabaxi taxi time. Can you get onto my back if I get down in front of you?
I don't know. It's so hard to concentrate on anything.
It's okay. You just need to climb on a little bit. I'll do most of the work. So I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna kind of semi back into her and ask and turn to Tobias. Can you help me get her on top of my back?
Tobias tries and is successful to kind of get her around. Said, just hold this. You don't have to think about anything else. Just hold on tight. And he kind of links her arms around you. So
Okay.
now you are carrying a small child, and Tobias is behind you as well.
I'm gonna take one of my hands and I'm gonna secure her arms, hold onto her arms, and then I'm probably gonna take my other hand and keep my short sword out just in case. There's more grass, and I'm gonna say, Tobias, follow me as quickly as you can, and I'm gonna probably normal run just so Tobias sees where I'm going.
I was gonna say.
Then when I get to the actual entrance, then we'll get there when we get there. But
Okay. You make your way towards the entrance. One thing does happen. Grim, you're up in the air and all of this too, and you still have your senses up. Mm-hmm. One thing that you note as soon as they are starting to move, because you can see Zari is picked up, Eloise, is that there is a ripple of a pink energy that basically seems to move like a lightning bolt out of the arena as soon as they start moving. It's different than the energy that's otherwise been present.
And it's gone now.
It basically lightninged out a bit.
Was that coming from her head? It lightning out of her head?
Yes.
So it was there, and then it left her head and just left the arena.
Yep. Whatever connection, because again, you're seeing some level of connective energies of sorts. Whatever that one was, just darted out and away. But that's just an awareness thing for yourself.
Okay. But it was cool with it. Did it look like in response to Zari or something that it took off?
It seemed to be in response to wherever the actions that were taking place and moving. Okay. It wasn't when they got on Zari's back, if that's what you're asking. That I can answer as easily. It wasn't as soon as they got on the back or anything. Now, we're going to go to Doric. Doric, you have explored down into the maintenance tunnel, and you're down in the tunnel that is below the arena.
I set Gran down and the pot and give it to her.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Okay. Now, you're going to be safe here.
Oh, of course. You do take care of the things you need to now.
All right. You said you had something to help me go fast?
Oh, yes. Then hold on a moment. She hands you what appears to be a little clump of like green leaves.
Gran, I think we've got enough plantage out there that we have to deal with.
No, just chew on it, dear. Doric, you feel a sense of power in your legs. Your distance is doubled for the next minute.
Gunning it. All right, so I should be able to know where I'm going from these maintenance tunnels.
You can just sense that basically they look like, because you walked in partially because they also lead to the preparation space you were in before the match. They kind of like crisscross underneath, but if you're heading in a direction, you're on one side of the arena and you know you need to get to the other.
Okay. I sprint and go full action of double movement to get to where I need to be. So 120 feet of just straight Dorak gunning it.
All right. You're able to make it. So you get to an entryway. In that entryway on the other side of the arena, you see the giant woman standing there yelling at her assistant. And the assistant is appearing with what appears to be large garden shears. And a couple of guards there just like trying to calm them down a bit. But also the chair is in front of you. And you do now see kind of standing in front of the chair, there is a short person with curly mop of hair, just kind of holding their hands behind their back and kind of looking out into the arena.
All right, he's literally just like staring out into the arena and watching the chaos.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in front of him like I'm made out of glass.
You can't yet because you made your movement to about that point of the entryway.
Okay, I can't quite get in front.
Yeah, you can't quite get in front of him. You get the sense of where he is, but you get all that action stuff, so you're kind of there. All right. So we're gonna go again. Turn kind of the order. It was next to Ferrari. Ferrari again. You still have that one plant that you were hacking away at. You take another action, kind of going in whatever direction, and you have across from you and across with a bunch of orphans, the taller of the twins just kind of there about to hack into another one.
Okay, so he's cleaved 2, I've cleaved 1.5. I'm finishing off my second one with this blast, I imagine. Because with 6 points of damage, that should probably do it because of what I did before. So that would leave, I guess, 2 clumps left at this point? Or no, he's working on his third.
Yeah, if you
so it would
give me a damage roll, would you?
Yeah, it was 6 points.
Yep, you definitely deal the damage to take out the rest of the one that you were working on. He is going to again swing his sword, and I'm just kind of do some damage here. This time you see him swipe across, and he slices through the entire thing.
Without the pulse of magic from the sword.
Without the pulse.
I look at the last clump of grass that's nearby. I look at him, I'm like, I think you have the rest of this handled. It was good collaborating for what it's worth, saving the orphans. Ta-ta, and I fly off towards Doric and where Grim is.
Before you leave, and you're in the air, and you hear down below you, "See you soon."
Oh, I'm sure. Better have eyes in the back of your head, bitch.
So what direction did you say you're going in?
Towards Grim and Dork.
So Grim is standing where you were, up in the midair. So you can see Grim midair that way. So you make your way that way. And that's kind of the easiest thing. You wouldn't really see Doric because you really wouldn't know where he would have went.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go back around to Zari, who was kind of back in the turn order, so we kind of missed it the last time. So Zari, you now have your backpack of child there. Are you dropping them off outside the arena? Are you going further than that?
I want to wait until Tobias can, like, is he keeping pace with me, or is he?
No, but he is running behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna, like, since we're now at the thing, he knows where we went, and I'm gonna run all the way down, like, to Tabaxi speed, or rather, I'm gonna. There's no point. He can't keep up. I'm gonna run normal speed down the thing. I'm gonna get a little bit slower so that Tobias can eventually catch up, because I would like him at some point to catch up to me so he can take Eloise so I can go back and help more people. But I want to make sure she's a safer distance away from all of that mess. So with my backpack of child, I'd like to keep going down the entrance tunnel.
There you go. You can. All right. That'll get you caught up. You're just making your way back that way.
Thank you.
All right, Grim, you watch as you actually are looking down at where this person with the mop of hair is. You do see now behind in an entryway that Doric is standing there. So you kind of have some awareness. At least Doric is there.
Okay.
Also, I'm not going to roll because you already got the perception that this is happening. You can now tell directly across the arena, there's probably about one clump of grass between the short twin and Miles.
Okay. Yeah, I guess kind of the only option I got is I'll fire. Well, how far away are they?
Which one?
Well, you said that they're separating. The grass is separating them, right? How far is the grass from me?
All right, so you are on the opposite side. So realistically, you're about 160, 170 feet.
Yeah, even with movement, I wouldn't be able to do anything for them. So I guess I just run the distance of where that, because I'm assuming it's like you got seats and then like a platform, and then it's the next high rise to the next platform of seats, and I'm on the wall. So I'm like sprinting like a marathon runner on a track around the stadium to get to Doric, because I would assume that's the fastest without bumping into people.
So you will note that the thing that's happening on the third parapet that I talked about, it's happening behind Doric. So either way you're going, if you're heading towards the Doric direction or the other direction, that is all the same way when you're talking about running along the wall.
Yeah, no, that's what I was getting into.
All right.
It's like a track or a NASCAR raceway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess I just do that.
All right. Get your double movement, sprint your way that way. So you've basically made half the distance at this point. Okay. Come back around. Doric, you now can make a choice with the person in front of you. You do know that basically nobody else has noted them except one of the three guards there seems to be kind of be looking at it funny, side cocked head.
Gotcha. So the choice between confronting the fey person in the chair, or what was the other option?
Well, how you wanted to do this is a great question. You do see also out back into the arena, it appears that your former opponent is marching back this way. You do note the giant woman's right there holding a large set of head shears with her small assistant. There's 3 guards in there too. One of them actually seems like they noticed the guy who's in front of the chair now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of like go up to the side of the chair and do a full horizontal swing and try and crush him into the chair with my maul.
Okay.
I'm not talking to this guy. All right. Reckless. I don't think I should Great Weapon Master this time. I'm just gonna Reckless swing. 11, 15 to hit.
You swing around, and your maul, as it comes in contact, it does not come in any contact with him as you smash the chair to smithereens as it glows, your maul. And he's like, "Oh, you're back! Perfect! Can you, him, there?" And he points to the one walking this direction, your former opponent.
You want to go again, or are you trying to take out this guy? I say to him.
No, it's the sport of this. I'm just trying. I want
no,
to be
I'm talking to my
entertained.
opponent.
Oh, you're talking to the guy out there?
Yes, as he's coming up. You say he was coming up. I'm like, you want to fight me, or you gonna help me with this guy?
What is? I don't even know what's going on.
Well, this person's apparently controlling all the plants that's attacking the citizens, from what I can gather.
Oh, hold on there. There's no attacking going on. I'm just adding to the atmosphere of this delightful fight.
So anyway, yeah, he's currently first on my docket. If you want to do anything later, your ass kicking's gonna have to take a back seat.
Well, wait, let's see which one I want to go with here. I don't think fighting me is the important thing right now, or just
Well,
who
you haven't
are
given me
you?
an answer. You haven't given me an answer. You gonna help me fight this guy, or are you gonna sit there and I don't know, suck wind?
I don't even know who this. I don't know who this is. I don't care right now. It's fine. Yes, sure.
Okay. Good call.
Ellis, are you just going to stand there and suck wind? It's such a great, just like, oh my God, that's like, I swear, I wish you had like cutting words.
Hold on. That's not very sporting. You're supposed to be fighting each other. That's how this is supposed to go. I saw that from last time, where you beat that poor little mouse up.
Not the only poor little thing that's gonna get beat up.
I know, you smacked him around really well. I thought we were almost done here.
He doesn't realize that I'm like, can he not read a Colosseum?
Oh, so Doric, your passive perception, you can tell that he's engaged with you. He doesn't seem to be very afraid. He seems to be really excited for you fighting the other guy.
Okay, we'll correct this.
Love that energy. I hope it works out for us.
That is your action because you did swing and already break a chair.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, that's all I've got for now.
So Ferrari, you are flying in the air out towards Grim, who you see has started sprinting around the Colosseum to make his way over towards the other side.
Do I see the association of where he's going? Like, is he going towards somebody or something I recognize?
Feel free to make a perception. You kind of reframed yourself up in the air here now.
Mm-hmm. That's a 14 on the die for an 18.
Oh, with an 18. Okay, so you do see Doric is down at the arena. Kind of looks like he has splinters of chair around him. And also, you've noted, because you had some interaction as of late, you were kind of wondering, well, if the one twin was here, what was going on? And you note in the upper parapet behind that, that the smaller twin is just cut down a set of grass, and on the other side, trying to kind of hug a wall as much as they possibly can, is Miles, the young man that you rescued, or the young orphan you rescued from the grave.
Oh, and he's cutting grass that's near that kid.
Not near, leading, as in making a cut, just cut grass to make a pathway towards.
Mm. Considering we freed him from what they did, I don't like that at all. Hmm. Grimm's headed towards Doric in a roundabout sort of way, so that seems like that's being taken care of. I don't know where Zari is, but Zari's probably handling shit the best that he can. I don't like that Miles might be potentially endangered by, um, you know, Tweedledee over here.
Mm.
So, in the best interest of everybody around, I fly in that direction and I can how far away am I after doing a full 30-foot flight movement?
Because you were already kind of going in a direction, and you're going more like, to use the pun, the bird's eye view scenic route there. Um, you can get within 50 feet of him, probably in the air.
Okay, cool. How much grass is near them that wouldn't be directly within 5 feet of Miles?
You don't see any. You see that if there was any, there was up in the upper parapet, maybe along the upper edge, and then one in an entryway that is on the other side. But anything else looks like it had been cleared out by the one who was the smaller twin who was making his way across.
Oh, okay.
You had an 18, right, too?
Yeah.
There is another person there. Everybody else seems to be kind of like have made the way past the twin that had cut down all the way to kind of go that way. There's one other person who's kind of just sitting there, just kind of sitting and doesn't seem to be really doing anything. You recognize him by the insignia of the sun on his cloak, who is just kind of sitting there with his legs up, as Don John, just kind of there.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Mm.
I reach into my robes. I grab a little piece of copper wire that I have like just stuck in a fold of my robe. I point down at Don John and I cast message and I'm like, Don John, this is Ferrari up in the air. We need your help. Protect the boy from the short, creepy twin that's coming towards you guys.
Oh shit! What did I eat? Hey! Oh, huh? I boy, you see now he is kind of roused himself and is kind of looking around. Kid, yeah, kid, got it. All right, hey, dude. And you see him kind of make his way over. He's starting to make his way over to Miles.
Here we go.
So that is happening.
I also
well.
just to kind of give some clearance, since the message spell was an action cantrip, I can still bonus action a base regular leveled spell. So I am then going to Misty Step in the general direction just in case. So I'm going to burn one of my spell slots to Misty Step in their direction.
Okay.
So that'll clear me another 30 feet.
All right. So you can make yourself within 20 feet in the air, above Waldo.
I just did a flying nightcrawler, by the way, just for everybody to realize.
Misty
Yeah.
Step flying.
That's really cool.
So you're now above Waldo within 20 feet. Don John has made his way towards Miles.
We haven't really seen him fight yet, have we?
Come! You see a bit of a reverberation from Miles Ferrari. He starts walking towards Waldo.
Oh, I don't like that. I burnt all my turn my actions per the turn, so I can't do shit about that now.
Well, now it's kind of the stage. Again, you also have that stage set for yourself there. Sorry, you're down in the entrance tunnel. The
Yes.
entrance tunnel that you're in could lead you to many places because it looks like it kind of splits off into different ways that come out and pop up at different spots in the arena.
What?
You said the entrance tunnel, right?
The nearest one, right?
Yes, the one that was the nearest one leads you kind of in a way that's on the lowest parapet that could take you to kind of like come out into the Coliseum in any any spot.
So
There
the
is-
entrance. Sorry, go ahead.
Because you were exiting the one that was up the second parapet. The closest
Yeah.
one is one that leads to the first parapet. There is grass in one direction in center, but if you could go left or right and then out into the center of the arena, like where Dork was fighting, you have the ability to do so.
Oh my goodness. I thought this went out.
Well, you went out, but you said you came back to the entrance tunnel, so you're kind of back in, right? I thought you said you're coming back to the entranceway.
I just assumed that the entrance and exit passageways were the same.
Well, you also were getting them like further away, and Tobias also was running behind you, so you kind of put yourself in a different spot by that point. That's what my head said.
Okay. So does this way lead out of this Coliseum at all?
Yes, you already yes, it has an entrance that has a space that goes out right there.
Okay, and is that to the left or the right way?
There was a left, right, and a center. You can't do the center because of grass.
Okay. So can I do a perception check to figure out which of these three ways will lead out?
Your history check from before, all three will. They all meant
Oh.
to be kind of like because there's so many people.
Oh,
They're
so
meant
like
to be.
they're.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because there's so many
Okay.
people who could be there. They need to have multiple entry and exit kind of ways like that.
Okay. Let's go center. I'm gonna chop some more grass.
All right, cool. Go for it. Damage.
That's a 6, and then that is a 10.
You cut your way a path through a clump of grass, so you now have passage through. And there's no wind down here because there is kind of walled around.
Okay, that's good. Is Tobias how far from me?
He's right back there too. He had also drawn a sword, so if there was any need, he had the ability to do anything as well.
Okay. I'm going to use my I'm gonna use cunning action dash. I'm also gonna use. No, I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna use cunning action dash. And then I will move 60 feet forward. Yes, and then I'll probably stop.
At 60 feet, you'll have just cleared the entrance.
Oh, okay, that's
So
good.
now, yeah, you're back out into the open area of the city. You can see that a lot of people have streamed out of here. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are looking in at the Coliseum. You'll know also around you there's no grass, so it's supposed to be somewhat centrally located.
Okay. I'll wait here for Tobias then. Thanks.
Okay, that'll work. All right, Grim, you have sprinted that way that we talked about. So you are much closer to the midpoint at this point. You can kind of, if you want to make your way, you can make your way down to the floor where Doric is. You can make your way up where Ferrari went. Whatever one you're feeling.
I'll go down.
Awesome.
And that's gonna be that.
When you get down there, you note that Doric is there. There's a broken chair. There is the guy there, and it looks like also Doric's opponent is there as well.
Guess this time. How far away is he?
You are probably about 50 feet at this point because you made you sprinted across with your action.
And then I guess Sacred Flame at the thing that I tried before. Because he said he's standing there, right?
Yes, he is standing there.
Yeah, so Sacred Flame DC 14. I don't think this is gonna hit.
You say you rolled a 14?
No, you have to make a DC 14 deck save.
Oh.
Which this thing has a 21 AC possibly, so I don't think this is gonna hit him, but it's the only thing I really have because I'm gonna be starting running out of spells and I'm still too far away. And people are gonna start going down and I'm not going to attack, I'm gonna try to help.
Where are you trying to hit him?
It's a sacred flame, so it just engulfs him.
Okay. In front of you, Doric, you see a burst of light appear out of the chest of the guy in front of you. Grim, roll me damage. He rolled a 2. And even with that, did not get enough.
6 points.
All right, so you'll see that he has this like bright burst of light. Odd, it's another one of those coming in. So weird. Do you get that often here?
Happens.
Well, don't spoil a good fight. So Grim, he did take it. You did hit him. Kind of still standing. Kind of brushed it off.
What'd you hit him with, Grim?
Sacred flame.
Doesn't that do something after hit?
Nope.
Okay. He still doesn't seem to have acknowledged you up there, Grim. This is kind of a thing. Just be aware of that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to go around back to him. Well, I'm just trying to make this all the right level of excitement. Hold on. Doric, you see him raise his hands real quick. And when it happens, looking around, you see another expansion of the grass. Grass that remains is gained another 2 foot in each direction. You also note behind you guys, you kind of in the lower area of the arena, there is a couple like 3 sprouts backing around behind you, and behind your opponent.
I'm gonna need you to stop doing that.
Well, that's just trying to give your fight some excitement. Go and get him. And Doric, that is your turn. That is now your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna go for my ever so favorite overhead reckless swing.
Okay. At
The man in the chair, or
he's not you broke the
pieces
chair.
of leftover chair.
the person next to a former chair.
The chair formerly known as chair. All right, and for schmitz and giggles, I'm just gonna make this not only a reckless swing, but a heavy weapon master swing as well. And I'll throw in one of my mayhem. Mayhem is 8, or is the other one 8? I have one of each dice left.
I usually need Grim to help me remember.
Sorry, with what?
With Mayhem is an 8 or is a 6?
8.
Throwing in the mayhem dice. Don't roll a 1. 3. And the chaos dice. Ugh. All right, that's a 19 to hit.
As you swing, you note that he is just quietly stepping sideways for you to thinking you're going to swing. And as he does, he is moving, thinking you're swinging in the direction of your former opponent.
Oh, this is aggravating to hear.
Yeah, he does not get hit, and you kind of get a wild swing out there that doesn't hit.
All those dice. Okay, I'm gonna say I shatter what's left of that chair.
Sure, you can. There wasn't much still standing. But yeah.
Something is getting destroyed this round, Mr. DM.
There is grass, there is rocks, so there is terrain there, but you're not really next to any of it other than the chair. I guess.
The chair.
All right, cool. Chair.
Sending the chair a message.
You were doing so well before. He's right there.
Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll get him. Just stay here and watch.
You know it was the guy you're swinging at who's telling you this. Just so
yeah,
you know.
I know. I'm saying, hey, just stay there and watch. It'll happen.
Okay. Now we are adding an additional party. Your opponent, who you have asked to join you in this, who is going to try.
Ooh, huh.
Wait, hold on a minute. So, because you have swung this way, it is taken the short gentleman off guard. Your former opponent in his robe sidesteps that and just jabs him with a short sword. The short sword connects. You can see and now he has to make a Constitution save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. You stabbed me. See, what is wrong with you two? You're supposed to stab him. Ugh. The nerve. And you see him like bat at the short sword after it stabbed him and bat it around and bat it away. He took, how much damage did he take? He took 4 damage from being stabbed.
Yeah. I'll take it, you know. If it can bleed, it can die.
You see him get stabbed. You don't necessarily see the thing you just said. All right. So there you go. That you do see that he can be struck though. I will tell you, your former opponent had a very, very good roll.
I'll take it.
I don't remember if I gave you this guy's name or not, but I'm not going to give it to you at the end. Ferrari is away at the moment, so Zari, we're going to go on to you. So again, you have reached the entrance. You can basically decide to go a little further, or you can let them off here. You can see that Eloise is still kind of like holding her head with one hand, holding on to you the other.
Okay. I'd like to ask Eloise how she's feeling.
A little better. I don't know. It's just so much going on in there. It's just hard to clear my head.
Yeah. I'm sometimes being in crowds and with lots of unexpected things happening, it can be overwhelming. I can relate to that. How far is Tobias away from me?
Tobias is just coming, just running up right now, so not very far. He was about 20 feet behind, and now he's made his way over. So you do see him coming up too. Whew. Glad you were doing that, not me.
Um, do you think you can safely take her all the way back?
Yeah. I think we're just gonna get into probably one of the carts that you rent, and I'll get her back that way. A little easier, so she doesn't have to walk.
Okay, that's a good idea. Um, is there like a cart nearby that I can see?
Yes, and in fact, you also see though a cart coming your way. It has someone you're slightly familiar with. There is a, and I gotta remember what their character is. I believe it is. You'll see an orcish woman that you met early when you came to Enferacuse, and her brother, and a little half elf boy also in a cart walking your way. They were the people that you met that were being bullied by before. So Jara's coming up with her brother and instructs Tobias, just get him in. We'll give you all just a quick ride back. And so Tobias, loads up
Okay.
Eloise, and it seems like the three of the kids are in there and looking to move them all together.
Okay, awesome. Um, I'm gonna I guess get onto Elise's eye level and let her know that okay, the tabaxi taxi is you've reached your stop for the tabaxi taxi. Um, hang on to Tobias, and I'll see you later.
Okay, see you back at the inn. Bye.
Bye.
And you see them kind of getting rolled away, and a lot of people are leaving the area. So there are guards also. You see kind of coming down the lane. There is a sets of guards. A few of them moving a lot closer. None of them are generally pushing their way to go in, but they are coming to kind of secure space. It seems like.
Okay. Okay. Um, I would like to use crazy feline movement and dash all the way back through the tunnel. Um,
Where are you trying to get to this time?
um, I guess now I can take different paths actually. Um, let's go to that part where there was a fork in the inside, and then let's see. I think if I go to the left, I'll be where the orphans were. I think if I go to the right, I'll be closer to where Doric was with Granny. Um, let's go to the left.
All right, you go to the left. You'll make your way, and you do note that after you get to the fork and make the turn, there is a older person and a tall robed figure, uh, like leading orphans in the opposite direction, coming towards you to leave.
Where, where are they? Where are you taking them?
Oh, and the one of the older women who's in the front says, "Oh, it's getting them out of here and back home. Must must get away from whatever this is." As she's trying to quickly move the children to keep moving past her, with the hopes. And you do see that the tall figure has a glaive out, just kind of looking behind them and also looking quite alert around them.
Okay. Can I insight them?
You can.
Because um, my rolls have been god awful tonight. That's a 6.
They want to get those orphans out of here.
I don't. I don't know if those people are the weird people. Do they look like the weird people?
When as the orphans pass, and you're coming to the end there, because we'll call that part of this. When they get there, the taller twin comes and looks down at you.
Oh no. Gotta protect those orphans.
Be well. And turns to follow them.
Shoot. Um. Do we know for certain? Um. Don't think I can do anything about that right now. You know what? I can I try to hide? Like let them pass by, and then try to hide.
Now, hide. Are you saying hide now after they've passed by you?
Yeah.
Sure. You mean stealth. What are you hiding from exactly?
I want to tail them.
Oh, okay.
And I mean they're alert, and but I kind of just want to discreetly tail them so that I mean it's pretty broad space. So if they turn around, they see me. But like,
You got this. Roll it.
yeah,
Just roll me
I don't
stealth.
know. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 23.
All right. As you realize that something is strange, you slink yourself to the shadows, and there is the pillars and carts and different things that have been abandoned. So you're able to kind of put yourself behind in different ways. And as you watch them turn around a corner, start to follow them. So there we'll go start to that idea. All right. We're coming back to Ferrari. Ferrari, you're again in the air above the twin in question, the smaller one, and you do see that Miles is walking, or Milo, not Miles, Milo. Milo is walking now towards him. Don John also gets there and is kind of like, whoa, dude, wait, and kind of hold a hand on a shoulder there.
Okay, so Milo seems compelled by whatever um what fuck, I just forgot the name of the short twin.
That's Waldo in front of you.
Waldo, yeah. Whatever Waldo just did. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I really don't want to get into it with that little fucker, but he's trying to manipulate Milo, and I'm not a fan. Um, I just point down and shout, "That boy is under our protection. Hands off!" and use my ring to cast Chaos Bolt at him. I'm going to add to that because I don't think that's going to be enough to hit. Even if it only does a minimal amount of damage, I want to get his attention, maybe hopefully break his concentration.
So what is it you get on that?
So far it's a 12 to hit. I am not risking it. I'm using both of my mayhem dice, so I'm using both my d8s to add to that hit. That's going to be a total of now 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Cool. Wait, let me make sure to erase those mayhem dice because I don't want to botch that later and be like, oh, I have mayhem die. No.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Chaos Bolt is 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Let's see what we get. Oh, that was actually a really good roll. A 5, a 6, and an 8 for damage is 19 points of damage. And I get to choose the type of damage from one of the 2d8s that I rolled, which is is a 6 and an 8. I think to emphasize the type of damage and the effect of me shouting at Waldo that this child is under our protection, I'm going to use the thunder damage aspect to make a very loud booming resonation off of him.
Cool.
All right, so you get basically a booming kind of thing. All right, cool. All right, so he takes 19 points of damage. All right. He was not fully aware that you were up there, and so he takes the strike, and you can see him cringe and take a back off. Why, you? Okay. Well, because we seem to have entered a level of initiative here first. The first thing that happens is you're going to feel a sense of a weird sense in your body, Ferrari. As much as you feel a sense of your blood boiling, of your anger here, you actually sense like that the blood in your body feels strangely taut. I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, fuck. With a +0, this is going to be funny.
You got this.
That's a 3.
Never mind.
Okay. As oh god.
I was trying to speak it into existence like, you got this.
Bum 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 bum.
Bind. As you feel the inside of your body rebel against you, and the regular movement to keep you in the air suddenly stops.
Oh, he just held person me, didn't
move. No, he did not. He just blood bound you. You cannot move in the air currently, and so you are going to drop.
Oh.
Which is 20 feet, which is going to be 2d6, I believe. It's like
Yes.
1d6 for every 10 feet, yeah.
So we are going to do that one right now. You're going to take 5 damage when you hit the ground.
Wish I had been in range for that aid spell earlier, but okay. That was my fault. I moved out of range before I knew what the rest of my team was going to do, so, you know. I own that mess.
Okay. With that,
I'm just glad that Don John is right there because this is going to get ugly before it gets better.
I'm just glad you weren't higher.
He was never yours. He is ours. As you see him take out a crossbow and shoot it at you, since you are now on the ground and unable to move.
Wait, he gets to.
That was a bonus action. That was a bonus.
Oh, that's fucked. Okay. But I'm prone on the ground, so a crossbow bolt is a disadvantage attack.
That is true, and I was just doing that, and he did not hit you. So as much as he did like go with that idea, you feel a crossbow bolt land next to your wing.
It was a baller move. Very, very fucking baller move to try and shoot me when I'm down. But thank God I'm on the ground when he's shooting at me.
There you go. And that that goes the end of your turn, Ferrari. We already did Zari because we moved past Grim.
Yep.
Grim, we're gonna go to you. You were able to strike him with your bolt. Grim, you're still muted.
Ooh, my bad.
That's okay. But yeah, you were able to strike him with your bolt last time, so you're still in the same distance that you were. Your choice on where you want to go in acting on this.
Do this, Grim.
Yes. Ah, fuck it. If I die, I die. I guess I'll go down there and just save some spell slots. I'll walk right up to him. Look at Doric, real fucking freaked out, like.
Oh, hello
And-
there. Are you here to watch?
I go and reach a hand to put on his shoulder, and I go, maybe, and I cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice. That's such a great spell, but it
Does
sucks
he
that
need
it
to do
has to
anything
be.
because you're touching him? He did not flinch to any of that.
It is Inflict Wounds is a roll to attack, but if you say it hits, it hits.
Well, you touched him. He wasn't going to move. So yes, this is not one of those ones. It's not one of those ones where you're going to do much. Like in terms of he's not dodging.
Okay. I guess if it hits, then it will take.
Come
He did
on,
not
big
perceive
whammy.
you as attacking. So he did not. None of that went.
17 points of necrotic.
You have a rash or something. You do see sizzling off of his shoulder and him brushing your hand away in a way that does not want to be touched now.
And I guess the only thing I can do now is does it on this one when you cast a spell you make. Okay, and with a bonus action I cast Spiritual Weapon and we'll make another attack using the Spiritual Weapon because it says when you cast a spell you make a melee spell attack against the creature.
Go for it. Go roll your attack.
Which weapon you bringing?
For the fact that it doesn't change the damage die, it's just a little dagger. Grim's a small person. He's like the hoity-toity rich, so I guess it would be like a stiletto dagger, the one with like a really thin, like a fancy, rich person's stiletto knife, and it just stabs them if it can. No.
No
It's an
stabby
11.
stabby.
Yeah, it's an 11.
You have your spiritual weapon, and as it appears, you suddenly realize as you are trying to stab, he is on the other side of you at this point, and does not make any connection with anything.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go back up to Ferrari for a moment, not to Ferrari himself, but to Waldo. Just you wait, I will get you, Winston. Zari, you are tailing, and you see suddenly. Don't hear anything. You see suddenly the tall gentleman with the glaive suddenly stop, and where the orphans are making their way out the same kind of pathway you took, he immediately starts sprinting right.
Okay. So who's left with the children?
Just the other. There was two older women who was also with them, who was leading them out.
Okay. All right.
I was just saying, when you called Winston, it kind of reminded me of that movie Cats Can't Dance.
Oh.
And like the 16-foot tall butler comes through the wall.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to follow Winston, and then when he's far enough distance away from the group of children and the two ladies, I'm going to attack Winston and with everything I've got.
Okay, so this is gonna be we're gonna go into a moment of things here. So Winston, sprinting, makes his way out into the open space of a parapet. Second level, looking over and starts making his way down. Sees, heading in the direction of Waldo and Ferrari. Brother! He comes out. Zara, you come out behind him and start to basically. Are you gonna make a ranged or are you trying to get close up to attack?
Oh no, I'm gonna get close up. My intent is to use both of my short swords and to sneak attack with both of them.
Oh
Alright.
shit!
All right,
Nice.
so you're gonna go in.
I know he's bad news, so
You're gonna go into attack. Now,
yeah.
At the same
I'll
time,
wait.
you'll note that around you, you start to feel a swirl of some sort of energy. Doric, because it's in front of you, you realize as soon as you heard both Waldo yell and then you heard Winston yell back that it has the attention of the gentleman in front of you. Oh, there's more to this. I see what the problem is now. And with a snap, you all feel a swirl of energy around you that basically pulls you down to the arena floor. Doric, you're pushed in further. So are you, Grim. Zari, you feel this pull. And Ferrari, though you were on the ground, you now have access to move. You don't know how that happened, but you are now, still being pulled to the floor of the arena.
Am I like able to stand as this is happening, or is this just like a weird pull that I feel?
It's a weird pull, but it is setting you into a standing position. Sorry, you were about to make this strike, and it just kind of pulled you out of it. But you did notice in front of you, pulled a little bit differently, is Winston. You, Ferrari, feel Waldo go over your head. Doric, you feel the guy that you were fighting get pulled in their direction too. And as you all get up on the field, you realize you're all on the same side, and placed on the other side are Winston, Waldo, and the other. And now, with another wave, you see that there is now a repaired chair in the center on the side, and the gentleman has went back on it. He waves his hands, and around you now on the ring, there is doubly tall grass around the entire ring of the arena. This is perfect! I finally got it! Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone still remaining, welcome to Hirasam's Arena. As you will, we will entertain you. Have at thee. The winner gets something, but go crazy. And he basically lays down to you. That's your cue. You all fight you.
We're fighting.
Oh, them. I assume because from what I can sense, you all know each other. They all know each other. That's probably how this goes, right? So, go ahead. Have at it.
Oh.
The third party member on their side is the contestant that Doric was fighting?
Yes.
Was about to fight, yeah.
Yes. You also all feel, if any of you took damage, you all feel about a healing of about 10 points.
So I'm back up to full. Okay.
Yep. But you also probably get a sense of anybody else is also feeling that on the other side. You probably deduce that.
Okay. Ferrari, Grim, you know magic. What the ever-loving hell is going on here?
Ferrari, with that question given to you, you hear a very, very serious voice in your head. That is Lord Hirasam. Oh, do what he says.
In response, am I like, is he on the level of you?
He doesn't take sides, but he does like entertainment, so I'd go kick that guy's ass you were kicking before.
So Archfey type telling us to fight the others. Great. Okay. Thanks for the
Now
tip.
that I'm like up near this thing, is this the thing that we saw in the Feywild that fucked with us?
You now, because there's been a bit of a change, he's been a little bit more open. You can tell that this is the same voice, the
Yeah.
same laugh, and Doric now, because you've been swinging all this time, you can tell now that now the flower that is on your maul is glowing even brighter as you are now there. As you all note this, also on the other side, you see the three of them slowly rise and look at each other. Machiko, this is your fault. If we get out of here, you're next. And they start to run towards you.
The
We will
creepy
roll
brothers.
initiative and call that, though, the end of the evening. So next time we will conclude our battle in the arena with some actual opponents that you have met along the way here.
Hey,
So
And-
the thing I was
cage
sorry.
match.
Oy, yeah.
It is a cage match kind of idea, because I'll tell you what, if you go towards the sides, there is some real tall grass. It's real angry.
And this is why I kept casting Sacred Flame. I'm so happy I kept my fucking spell slots.
There you
I-
go.
I mean, I only have 2 spell slots to begin with, so me using that Misty Step earlier was just, poor judgment, but
Yeah, we'll
what
get
was I
there in
gonna
a
do?
minute. Well, I'm gonna let my group do their intros. Any plugs they would like to. We're gonna go left to right. We'll start with Ferrari today.
Oh, hi, hey, yes, I am Cregan. I play Virari, the Owlin Warlock. You'll find me here almost every Friday that we have a session about for any game, unless some sort of catastrophe occurs and I'm not allowed to make it. I play here, and I also play on the Ericton Rising Nemesis Queen campaign that's kind of on a bit of a hiatus, but they're usually run on the bi-weekly Fridays as opposed to our Enferacuse campaign. So you'll find me here, find me there, and you'll find me on the Discord. So go join the Discord, join the the Twitch, and yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. Yes. I am Zari. Right. I'm Wolfie. I play Zari, the Tabaxi Taxi, who is a Tabaxi rogue. And I play on Sundays, usually Sundays with Sweet Tea on his gaming variety channel with Doric. And we're gonna go over. Yes, over.
Hello, I am the Gray Jedi. You can catch me in the Discord, or catch me every other Tuesday for Planescape Edge of the Void with myself and Concreat as one of my players. You can also hit me up if you need a map made. I do commissions, custom pieces, and I also have ready available battle maps for purchase in small quantities. Just let me know, and we have a merch store, and then we go over to Doric. So that's all I can remember.
That's fair. Doric Grand here, human barbarian. I don't really have any plugs really, but I will be on Sweet Tea's Sunday gaming with family for the time being. Other than that, yes, please take a look at the Discord and make sure you support all these fine people here.
And I am Concleod, your evil DM. You'll find me here at Evils and Enferacuse. A lot of the games that get played here at our Mayhem Gaming channel. You'll also find me on TikTok. You'll find me reviewing board games, donuts, all sorts of stuff. You'll find me on Instagram the same way, and Blue Sky too. Cool, that's a thing. Also, you'll find us if you find us in our Discord. There's ways to support either through some subs here, subs there. There's some cool ways to do things to get some merch, all sorts of ways. I'll be at PAX Unplugged. If anybody's going to PAX Unplugged, I'll be meeting folks for a donut Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at Federal Donuts outside PAX Unplugged. I'm super excited about it. But we are there just to have a fun time, meet people, and enjoy ourselves. And that's what this is all about, too. We will probably be back a weekend in September for our story arc finale, our current story arc. And from there, we will move on to have some fun times and see where this takes us as well. And otherwise, let chaos reign. Thank you for being awesome, and we hope to see you sometime soon. Thanks so much. Have a great night.
Later, taters.
Bye.